Welcome back, everybody, to another short video of What's Going On, or WGO if you are pressed for time. I am your host, Jacob Carlson, and today, in this short video, I'm going to be talking about not necessarily inspiration for my being on YouTube, because this one is far more recent, if I remember correctly. It's called the Chris Cuomo Project. It's a podcast on YouTube and on Spotify, but I first found it on YouTube. And how recent is it? To be fair, just last year, just back in July 2022 is when I first found it. And the person who started up the podcast, Chris Cuomo, obviously, that's not the first time I listened to him or found him. I first I found him on the cable news network, also known as CNN, back in 2019 when I first watched cable after 10 years of not having it. And I gotta tell you, my first impression of him was he's got some things to say. He's got a lot of interesting talking points that some I happen to agree with, some I happen to disagree with as well. So basically, that was Chris Cuomo to me. And he's no Larry King, by the way, because nobody could ever be Larry King, in my personal opinion. But Chris Cuomo is good at being Chris Cuomo in his own way, because even though he got fired from CNN back, I believe, in 2021, shortly afterwards, it wasn't like a whole year that went by, and his regret is that he didn't get to report on things that happened in the world since he got fired. But of course, in July of 2022, he got back on the circuit, if you will, and I found him on YouTube with a YouTube channel called the Chris Cuomo Project. And his first video, I remember very clearly. I thought this guy was done and gone. I thought he went on to do bigger and better things, and I would never hear him again. What I did not hear him talk about was the same kind of BS I hear from everybody else who gets fired and then says they got canceled. Because that whole cancel culture thing, I don't agree with that whatsoever, all right? He could have easily played the cancel culture card, but Chris Cuomo is in a league of his own here. I am so grateful that he didn't play that card when it could have been more convenient for him to do it. But instead, he stuck to his guns, and he told his viewers exactly what he's learned since he got fired from CNN. He holds no remorse. He holds no regrets for what happened. He didn't like how it happened, but it was a blessing in disguise. And also he got a bigger and better deal at another cable news network called Newsnation, News for All America. It should be available on any cable provider. It's got a mobile app there where you can look up the news of the day as well, and so on and so forth. What Cuomo has been able to do on his podcast so far is pretty much do the same thing that he's always done. He has more freedom. He has more creative freedom to do other things now. So, like for instance, he got segments known as Cuomo on the Couch, where he's just sitting on a couch with a microphone and just talking about things. He's got a segment called Walk and Talk, where he walks and he talks. And I love that. And also, he's got this thing where he would take your calls. He takes listener calls on both his podcast and on his show on News Nation. So, where he's doing double duty, and that's what he's doing. That's what he's been doing since July of last year, and he came around at a time when I needed to hear it the most, because last year and still today, I've been going through a lot of stuff recently, so it was great to hear him again after a few months of not hearing from him. So that's it on that. Chris Cuomo Project. If you're interested, I would recommend that podcast to anyone who's free thinking, open-minded, willing to listen to anyone, whether you're left or right, Republican, Democrat, or otherwise. If you're willing to listen, if you're willing to be open-minded, then I would recommend the Chris Cuomo Project any day of the week. And with that being said, my name is Jacob Carlson. This has been another short video of what's going on. Please remember to like the video, comment something you like or don't like. If there's something about Chris Cuomo that you like or don't like, let me know. And press the red subscribe button, push the notification bell. And as always, I will see you in the next couple of videos. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.